Morning, it's Saturday. Excuse the state of me. I'll tell you a little story. Actually, I'm not sure I will, because I'm not sure I can get you far enough to get me into shot. Yes, I probably can. I really need something a bit taller to put you on, because I'm going to give myself even worse back than I've got already at that angle. Bear with. This weekend, nothing at all. No plans, no social activities. That's not to say we're going to be doing nothing. Dashley has loads of finishing off bits to do with the building work. He's got painting to do and just loads and loads of stuff. And I have lots and lots of housey stuff to do and also some worky stuff to do, because obviously I had Thursday and Friday off work. We got a holiday coming up, so I want to get sort of prepared work-wise for that, so I'm sort of ahead of the game. That's the dream anyway. Getting ahead of the game these days always seems hard work. But yeah, that's sort of what is going on this weekend. So it's a very sort of cosy, homey, not a lot going on type of vlog, I expect it will be. I've been quite inspired by my mum's recent house move and life laundry to be doing a bit of life laundrying of my own, which I've been doing, but that's stalled a bit this week, so I'm hoping to perhaps get a little bit of that done this weekend as well. That would be on my list. I've got loads of laundry to do. I think the weather's due to be quite nice today. I've got blue sky at the moment. Let me turn you around and give you a bit of view rather than looking at me. Excuse my balcony poles. There we are. That would be nice. Still waiting for the glass for the balcony. As you can see, the balcony people did come back this week and I don't know, checked the setting of the poles and put the circles round the bottom of them. So I said it's going to be at least another week for balcony glass, but it feels like it's gone on forever. I've never known anything feel as though it was taking so long as the balcony, but never mind, never mind. Fine. As I said, it's just before 7. Plan is to sit out here, drink my tea, read a chapter of my book, and once Ashley's up and about, I've just taken him a cup of coffee in bed. Let me switch you back. A bit weird. It feels weird not having my camera, my face on camera when I'm talking to you, just having the view. Although I'm sure the view is technically more enjoyable to look at. I've also got to film a video Actually, I'm not going to tell you what I've got to do, because I'm going to make a little list where after I've read a chapter of my book, and I might watch an episode of the home edit, and then when Ashley's up and about, I need to strip the bed and get a wash on. Got quite a lot of laundry to do this weekend, and housey tidying up type stuff. So yeah, ease into the day, chapter of my book, cup of tea. Need to dye my hair this weekend as well. Chapter, one thought at a time, Caroline. Chapter of my book, cup of tea, perhaps an episode of the home edit, and by then we should be at about 8 o'clock and see where we go from there. Right, it's coming up to 8 o'clock. I have just emptied and refilled the dishwasher, done a bit of washing up, wiped down the sides, and generally tidied the kitchen. I'm just going to put these bits of bread out for the birds. Right, birds are fed. Oh, there's the seagull. Come down to eat all the bits that I've just put out. We've been keeping the runoff from when we run the water for washing up to make when we're waiting for it to come through hot. We you fill. God, I can't speak. We put the water into this jug and then we use that to fill up the bird bath out there. It's actually full already today because we had a little bit of rain overnight, I think. So that's good. So I don't need to use that for that. I'll probably use it for watering my indoor plants. Oh, that's not a good angle, is it? Let's swizzle round. There we are. I have stripped the bed. I've also turned the mattress, which Ashley would not be pleased about. Oh, sorry. Which Ashley would not be pleased about if he knew that I'd done it, because I have raging sciatica again. I knew that I'd done something to my back last weekend, lifting a box of eBay stock and turning without thinking of what I was doing. And yes, it has brought on, I knew I'd pulled something, and when I do something to my back it tends to bring on the sciatica after a few days. It's not as bad as I've had it before, but it's certainly not good. Anyway, the mattress needed turning, so I've done it. I'm going to leave the bed to air for a little while, And I'm going to put my hair dye on, I think. Somebody asked to see me dyeing my hair, but I feel like nobody needs to see that. This is what I am using today. It is the Garnier Bell Colour 110 Ultra Light Natural Blonde. I think they say leave it on for half an hour. I tend to leave it on for about 35-40 minutes because that is optimum results for me. Just follow the instructions, put it on your hair, leave it on for 35 minutes. It's 5 to 9 and I have dyed my hair. I can already see that it's lightened it up nicely at the roots, which is good. For anybody who's interested, I dye my hair myself, but I generally have a full head of highlights twice a year in the hairdressers, and in between I dye it myself. I find that if I only dye it myself, tend to get the whole one colour thing, whereas the highlights at the hairdressers break it up and add more different colours in, if that makes sense. I always have either 2 or 3 colours put in with highlights foils, and that just breaks up the colour. And when I dye it myself, in between that, you still get the breakup of colour because you've got different colours going through your hair, so it dyes at different rates. But it's purely a money saving thing really, because it's so expensive to go and get highlights every 6 weeks. And this is about £3.99. Right, yes, I've dyed my hair. I tend to let it dry to about 80% dry, and then I'm gonna just blast it today. I don't want to dry it straight. I can never do anything with it on the day that I dye it. I find that isn't it right that hair becomes more porous or something when you bleach it, and so it doesn't work in the same way the first wash afterwards. I don't know, but I always find that I can't. It's very soft and slippy, so I can't do anything with it. So I'm just gonna let it dry to 80% and then blast it with the hairdryer. While I'm waiting for that to happen, I think I'm going to go and check my emails, and I need to make a start on editing a Patreon video that should have gone up on Wednesday, but it just didn't happen this week. I've also got the bedding in the washing machine, and I let that air for about half an hour and then made it up again. And I've unpacked from when I got back from the trip yesterday, put a lot of stuff away. I've still got a bit to put away, but sorted that. I've got loads of washing to do, so much washing. Yeah, so I'm going to go and check my emails and make a start on editing that video, blast my hair dry, and then it'll be time for some breakfast. Right, it's time to put some makeup on. I've blast dried my hair, not looking at its best, but as I said, can't do an awful lot with it when I've just dyed it. Very, very happy with the colour. I feel like it's really brightened it up. Last time I had it done at the hairdressers, I had a different hairdresser from normal who coloured it, and I wasn't particularly thrilled with it, but I feel like that has really brightened it and lifted it, and yes, very happy with that. Right, I am going to put some makeup on. Normally on a sort of at-home day, on a weekend, if I'm not doing anything at all, I would not always put makeup on. Really, the only reason I'm putting makeup on today is because I am vlogging. We might go out somewhere later, who knows. But I just thought I would put on a little bit of makeup. I bought myself, while I was up in Bristol with my friend Faye over the last couple of days, I treated myself to a new foundation. I haven't had a Dior foundation in forever, so I treated myself to the Dior Forever Natural Nude. Sorry, I took that away very quickly. In fact, that's easier to show you. I got colour matched in store. This looks as though it is the right colour. So I thought I'd just give that a little go.
Even when my teardrops start to dry, even when the sun begins to shine again, taking all the advice there is and none of it has helped. Experience has made me realize that I won't build my life on empty words. Being so damn naive, it only hurts. always thought that love was made for me. Oh well, I was just...
I used this little tiny eyeshadow palette which came in it's a quad really rather than a palette, that came in a glossy box, and I really like the pale pink, so it's like a sort of shell pink colour up at, which side is it? That one there. This one's sort of more matte, that one's shell pink. It's like a, that's what it looks like. Just swatched it on my hand there. It's really nice for brightening and opening up that sort of inner lower lid area, but it's not really a standalone palette. That you need something else to use with it, because there's no sort of mid-tone. This pink here, if that was a matte, that would probably work as a palette by itself, but it's not. It's more of a sort of satin, and so you need something else to sort of darken up the transition. What am I trying? I can't really speak this morning for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, that was makeup done. I feel like it must be time to have some breakfast now. It's 5 to 10. I did manage to, I ordered some Anna Louisa jewellery pieces for a sponsored segment with them for September, so that's a good job done. And I edited and exported my video that I wanted to do. I think I've pretty much decided I'm not going to film the try-on today. I will either do that tomorrow or Monday. That doesn't have to go up till Wednesday, so I'm not going to force myself to do that. Right, let's go and find some breakfast. I made a quick pit stop to hang out the first load of washing and get the second into the machine. Desk breakfast of Greek yogurt with honey, raspberries and a little bit of granola on the top. It's just coming up to 11. I have had breakfast. I've done some emails and stuff. That was vague, wasn't it? Just made myself a nice cup of coffee, which I'm going to drink while I do a couple of sewing jobs. Very minor sewing jobs. Let me just pop you up there so I can show you what I'm doing. 2 seconds, caller. Remember this lovely new look leopard jumpsuit with the annoying little button on the back? I'm going to remove that and replace it with a popper for easier access. Not so much the undoing of it is difficult, but the doing it back up with a popper, it will be loads easier. And then I've got this long line grey cardigan, which is something that I bought to sell on eBay, and I need to take a button from somewhere and add it to the top because it's missing a button on the top, or else find a similar button or something like that. I need to figure that out as well. So a little bit of sewing. I always put sewing jobs off. Do you have jobs like that that you really don't very much enjoy doing? They don't take a lot of time, but it's something that you don't enjoy, so you put off, and then eventually you get round to doing it and you think, oh, why did I put that off for so long? It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, anybody else have jobs like that? Sewing is the one for me that I put off and put off and put off, and it's never as bad as I think it's going to be. So I'm going to get on with that. Got a weird hair thing going on there. Yeah, going to get on with that and watch a bit of YouTube. Well, that wasn't as easy as I thought it might be. I've cocked it right up actually. First of all, I sewed on, sorry, I'm just trying to get it apart. I sewed on this part back to front, so the whole bit was underneath. So I had to unpick that and sew it back on. And then when I sewed on the second part, I should have sewn it on the underneath so it did up like that. But I didn't. I sewed it on the top, so it now goes together like that, sort of sideways, but it's only at the back, so I think that will be okay, rather than the fabric overlapping. You know, it should have gone on like that type of thing. In fact, I should have done both bits on the back. Doesn't matter, it's going to go like that. That's what it's going to look like. I think that will be fine just at the back of the neck. I mean, I wouldn't want to do a whole row of the things like that, but I think that'll work. I'm happy with that now, as happy as I can be. But as I said, not an expert sewer at all. Right, sewing is done. Glad that's done. See, always happy when it's done. Just put it off for ages, like I said. Sewing's done. I've just emptied and hung the washing load 2, and now I'm going to go and switch over to washing load 3. I think 3 might be the last one of the day, possibly 4, might get to 4. And I was going to say something else then. What else am I going to do? Number 4, well, sorry, switch over to the 3rd washing load, and then I'm going to publish my video, and then I might go and have a nosy and see what Ashley's doing outside. Right, washing load 3 is now on the line. I've done a little bit of ironing, put that away. I'm just going to see how Ashley's getting on. He's been in and out all morning, and he just hasn't been around while I've been filming. We've had... Hello?
Hello.
How are you getting on? You're on my vlog.
Ah, I'm tearing down the fence.
Why?
Messages the fence has been falling down underneath for ages.
Oh, right.
I'd like to turn around and see the paper.
What? The painting?
Yeah, I've hung that towel up over the window.
Oh, well done. That's lovely. Are you taking the spotlights out?
Yeah, you can't paint around the spotlight with the spotlight in.
Very true.
Therein lies the conflict between electricians, plumbers and decorators. They all want to do their stuff, and when they do their stuff it screws up the other ones. And none of them tidy up.
Painting's looking good, Ashley.
Yeah.
So the builders are on holiday. They've pretty much finished. They're coming back the week after their holiday, which is not next week, it's the week after. But yeah, it's looking good, isn't it? Ashley's painted. They've still got to do drain pipe over there, water feature, fill in the columns. I think I've told you all this before, but yeah, it's definitely getting there. Right, I'm going to go and have some lunch. I'm going to make myself a toasted cheese and tomato sandwich on the basis that that's what I fancy, and we haven't got an awful lot in, and I don't want to go to the supermarket. My sandwich is toasting as we speak. I'm looking forward to it. I'm quite hungry, actually. Right, this afternoon's jobs. I'm going to sit and eat my lunch and watch an episode of Flipping Fast, George Clark's Flipping Fast. I think it's on Channel 4. It's like a property development show, and I'm enjoying it. I only started it last night. We watched 2 episodes last night. And I said to Ashley, did he want me to wait for him to come and watch it? But he said it's busman's holiday for him, really, being in property as well. So he's not bothered about watching it, so I'm going to sit and watch an episode of that. Ashley tends not to eat lunch or breakfast, so we don't eat together at the weekends at the moment. Sunday morning he'll sometimes have breakfast. We shall see, he might do tomorrow, and he might not. So yeah, this afternoon I've got, I don't know if you can see it, there's a box behind the settee there, which is stuff that Will turfed out of his room when he had his life laundry, when he came back from uni. And I need to go through it to see if any of it can be sold or if it needs to go to the charity shop. I offered to do it, he hasn't just dumped it there, so to speak. See what to do with it for him, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to clean the downstairs loo because that is still very dusty from builders, and maybe have a hoover and mop of the new room downstairs because that's got dusty again. Still so much dust flying around. We've had more plastering done this week. We've had that plaster came on, I think he finished that off yesterday when I wasn't here. It came Monday night and Tuesday night to do some plastering down at the cinema as well. We've got to put the cinema room curtains back up. That needs 2 of us to do that this afternoon. Other than that, I need to steam the clothes for the try-on video that I'm going to film either tomorrow or Monday. Probably Monday, I should think. Anyway, that's sort of my plan. I'm going to go and check if my sandwich is ready now. It is about, what time is it? I do not know. It's 10 to 5. We've just come back from Tesco's. Ashley and I popped to Tesco's just to get a few bits for dinner. We decided to have some steak. Ashley is doing steak and his famous horseradish potatoes, which are delicious. Very nice indeed. So I'm looking forward to that. We're going to do FaceTime with, we quite often do it with my mum and my brother and his family. But they're at the football this afternoon, not my mum. So we're doing a FaceTime at 6 o'clock. Gin and tonic FaceTime with my mum for just a chat. And now she lives by herself. I like to speak to her. I like to know that she's spoken to an actual person at least once a day, you know. I think she's been to visit my dad today, but yes, we're going to do FaceTime gin and tonics at 6, so that'll be nice. I'm about to have a sit down actually. I've had a very, not busy, that's the wrong word, but I've got a lot done today. Nothing particularly worky, just a few bits and pieces work-wise, but I have got a lot done around the house and bits that I wanted to catch up with, and tidying and some cleaning and lots of boring stuff really. Laundry, lots of laundry. I've stripped and remade my bed, I've stripped and remade Will's bed and washed all the bedding, and I've done some ironing. Haven't done any decluttering, which I was kind of thinking about doing. I did start going through that box of Will's, and there's a lot of books in it, most of which will go straight to the charity shop, but I thought I could carry on with that for an hour, but I thought, do you know what? I feel like I've done enough today. I'm very pleased with the colour of my hair. I feel like it's come out well. It's gone more sort of cool toned. It was quite darker, warmer tone, more yellowy, and the dye has just taken the yellowiness out of it, so I'm pleased with that. What else was I going to tell you? I don't think I've got anything else to tell you. I'm going to lie on my bed and watch a bit of YouTube for half an hour and maybe close my eyes because I feel a bit weary. Although I have been up and doing stuff since 7, haven't I? So it's not surprising. And then we'll watch some TV this evening and have some nice food and a couple of drinks. And yes, a really nice, cosy, homey weekend. Ashley has done quite a lot of painting today and some stuff in the garden. He's oiled or greased the gates because we've got automatic gates and the mechanism wasn't working properly, so he sorted that out and done a couple of other bits and pieces, so he feels like he's got quite a lot done as well, which is good. We also went and picked up the architraves for the new downstairs, which were had just been made, the wooden, you know, architraves. So they will go up. So I don't know if Ashley's doing those or if the builders are doing those actually, but we've got those now. We got them when we went out. They were waiting in Ashley's office, and yeah, it's been a good Saturday all in all. Good morning. Oh, it's a weird hair thing, isn't it? Right up in the air. Good morning. It's Sunday. It's 7:32 on Sunday morning, and I am at my desk. Now, let me just say, this is not the norm on a Sunday morning. I'm not normally at my desk at this time. I usually like to start the day slowly with a lovely cup of tea in my bed, reading a bit of my book or doing some of my Happy Colour app. I like a bit of colouring on my iPad. Doing Wordle before I get out of bed. Still do Wordle every day, as does my mum and my brother. We have a little bit of a competition going. My brother's the best one out of the three of us, to be honest. However, my sciatica is massively playing up, and when I've been asleep all night lying, I actually woke up in the night, my sciatica woke me up in the night, but when I've been asleep lying down all night, sitting up in bed with my legs straight out is really, really uncomfortable. So I like to get up and move around because that sort of eases it off a little bit during the day. So I thought I'd get up, I'd do my parcels. I've got some, I tend to post my parcels on a Sunday unless I'm doing something else. So I'm going to get all my parcels. First of all, I need to find all the things I've sold. Then I'm going to label the parcels and drop them off. And I think it's been raining overnight and it's very dark and cloudy, but Ashley and I talked about going for a walk along Timber's seafront this morning and perhaps some breakfast at Wetherspoons, so that could be the plan. I will see what he thinks when he gets out of bed. He's watching a bit of TV in bed and drinking his coffee, I think. And here's Ron. Good morning, Ron. How are you? You okay? Yeah? Very nice to see you. He didn't enjoy the heat at all when we had that really, really hot weather. It didn't suit him at all, but he's feeling a little bit better about life now, aren't you, Ron? Ron! No, he's determinedly not going to look over here.
I've heard every cliche there is, and none of them make sense. I'm so tired of love songs. I'm sick and tired of love songs. I'm so tired of you. Looking back on how I used to be, I always thought that love was made for me. Oh well, I was just as blue-eyed as the sky could ever be. Loving you has made me realize I'm so tired of love songs. Life never turns out the way they do. I've been trying for so long, looking for someone who wants me to. I've heard every cliche there is, and none of them make sense. I'm so tired of love songs.
Triangle at Timoth, and just thinking how nice that floral display looks. Very pretty. It's a gastronomic extravaganza. Ashley has got a bacon and sausage sandwich, and I've got a breakfast wrap. It smells quite nice though. Well, I've been a bit hopeless. It's about 6:30 and I managed to completely forget that I was vlogging today. Absolutely hopeless. It has been a quietish day. I've got a headache. Don't know why. Maybe because I'm not drunk enough. I've just drunk 2 pints of water to try and get rid of it. But yeah, I felt a bit headachy since lunchtime. I've been reading. I finished the book I was reading. I've been answering some YouTube comments. I've listed a few bits on eBay. I've had a tidy up. I've just done round the house pottery type of stuff, really. Planning to spend the evening watching a Netflix documentary about inside the mind of cats, which sounds quite interesting. So Ashley and I are going to watch that, and we are having liver and bacon with mashed potatoes for dinner, which I'm looking forward to. Now, several people, I showed this on, or I showed it in passing on the video that went live today, which is my earring holder, and several people asked me where I got it from. It is from Amazon. I particularly wanted something that I could have inside a wardrobe door, and it just fit. It screws on there at the side, and it's absolutely brilliant. I love it. I've had it a couple of years now, I think, and maybe less than that actually. Maybe it was only last year. Anyway, can't remember. But it's not expensive. I think it was about £10 from Amazon, so I'll pop a link in the description box for anybody else who is interested. I've already replied to the people in the comments who asked with a link, but I just thought that was worth mentioning. My mum sent back my dress that she was going to shorten for me, the very colourful one. So I'm about to get changed into comfies. Not that I'm wearing particularly uncomfies, but you know, this dress she shortened for me for my holiday. She's popped it back in the post. So I'm going to try that one on. It's sort of just below the knee now, which I think is a lot more sensible. It was really it was draggy on the floor, but I wanted it sort of more midi length than maxi length. So that was very kind of her. She's done a good job of that. Don't think I've got anything else of interest to tell you, really. Really don't. Oh, I'll pop a little thing of the book that I just finished today up here. Is it the left-hand side? I don't know. I'll pop a screenshot of it, because that was very good. I very much enjoyed that and would recommend. I've read several books by this author, and it's sort of a psychological thriller. Very exciting, quite fast-paced, but certainly the second half of it particularly, and a good satisfactory ending as well, with a little bit of a twist, which I always like in a book. That's good. I'm looking forward to this week. I've got Carla coming to stay this week, so that's exciting. It feels like a long time since she's been to stay, since before she had her previous job actually. So it would be nice to see her. We have had a day out since she started working, but she's coming down to stay overnight this week, so that would be nice. We're going to film some content and have lots of fun and chatting, no doubt, as we always do when Carla comes. What else have I got to tell you? Nothing, I don't think. I think I'm going to sign off for this vlog. Forward to the week ahead. I will be vlogging. I think this coming week is probably going to be the last weekly vlog for a while, because I'm off on holiday. And I said I would do the weekly vlogs during the summer and then maybe change it up for autumn, do some day in the life type stuff possibly. So yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope everybody's having a good weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.